It is Thursday, the 12th of August, 8:06. Willow's already up, ready to go. It's one of them days now. Sun's shining, but it's giving rain. So, what do I put on? I don't want to put a coat on, so I've got a wee thermal thing in my car. I'm going to put that on. You don't know what they put on. You just don't know what they put on. Well, I'm going to empty my rubbish here. I'm going to wee walk around the campsite before everybody gets out of their bed. So, I would say this is the most popular campsite of two of the trees. I'll get this wee boy on here now. Try to multitask, Will. Try to multitask. There's one caravan that got the blinds up already. I prefer if the blinds down, because I don't know, some people don't want to be filmed and stuff. The camera, they don't want the caravans all to be seen. You don't know. We need a wee hat, don't we? Well, we need a hat. I've got my bike ready for later. I'll be cycling here. Castlewellan's got a brilliant mountain bike track. The reason why it's good, it's not A-rated, it's not for professionals. Anybody can do it. I can do it in that road bike. But if you've got a faster bike, you can do it faster, like jumps and stuff like that. But anybody at all can bring the bike up and go for a cycle. And a wee bag of rubbish, that'll be our excuse now to walk around the campsite. Well, I'll get a wee bag of rubbish here and we'll go up to the bin. You're not the poo in the campsite. The only disadvantage of this campsite and other campsites, it's not actually in the forest. There's a road out there. There's fields full of horses. The trees above you, but it's actually about a half a mile walk. Now I say a half a mile, it feels more like a mile, doesn't it, Willow? Down to the actual wood itself, and then when you get down to the wood, it's still a longer walk yet. And a wee puppy, Willow. It's all levelled off. This is the only campsite they have. It's all grass. Although you can see some people like over there, they don't park in the grass. The caravans are that big. But yeah, I meant they park in the grass. They had it numbered one years ago. The numbers is off. There's 2 caravans per place, and it always gets filled up. And makes you wonder. I haven't been here when it's full, but it might be getting filled up because people just aren't parking where it's supposed to park. I like that spot up there, that man is straight in front. I like that wee spot. You see the more mountains and all ahead of you. You see the wee gate and all now. I parked in there one time. The only problem is now I've disconnected the waste pipes from the caravan. And the waste pipes at the back of the caravan are very low, and I wouldn't have room to get a bucket under if I parked there for the wastewater. When you come to this site here, don't set your sat nav for this gate. Even once you program it in, never set the sat nav for this gate here. You set it for the village, because both them roads that come here, back roads, are terrible. They are terrible. I've been on both of them nightmares, all because sat nav brought me there. There's your gateway in. It's a wooden gateway. That's the kind of will blow shut on you. See the wee peg once trying to hold it back. There's no pedestrian access. That looks like a normal wee country road there, but now there's a boy up there who drives buses. Halfway up that one ain't so bad. But you see that new house is built. See if you go up that road, you're in the moors, like there's walkers go up that road. That's up and down narrow wee climbing road. I might just do it later in the car. It mightn't be as bad in the car for the caravan, but when you've got a caravan on, nightmare. You do not want to travel them 2 back roads. That one is the worst. How did I end up on that? I went to a park in Belfast. Can't remember which park it was. I've done a couple of parks in Belfast, and then it was signposted Castlewellan, but it was a wee white sign, a wee B road sign, you know. Nightmare. I was not out for horse and carts, not for caravans. So this is it. Nice wee spot. But you've got lots of horses in there. 19 caravans. So if you count that out, well, that big white caravan is now, he's probably taking up 2 spaces. But see, the boys they come here in the middle of the week, you see, and then the boys at the weekend don't get in. Well, we're going to walk down now. to the main forest. And even when you walk down the main forest, it's big and it's a big lake in it. The lake's massive. There's ones do canoeing and stuff in it. The toilet dump is over there. Hold on, hold on. I'll just point these out now. I like to dump the toilet outside. I don't like going inside a hut because I'm not this nice of smelling. Things dump. You want fresh air. A couple of wee water taps here. There's a wee water tap there. And that's handy having the wee grill, set your wee container on. There's a chemical disposal, that's handy there, like. I prefer the ones that's outside. That's just a nice septic tank underneath. Couldn't be simpler, like. Couldn't be simpler. That's all you need. There's one water tap there, there's 3 water taps here. And 2 big wheelie bins. So you get 2 caravans in there, 2 there, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, I don't know, see that's what I mean, there should be 2 over that big caravan. You need to write the wee numbers on again. But it's very difficult when you're going on grass to know if you're on your pitch or not, or you go up or down. But it's nice. I always like stepping on the grass. It's just something about stepping on the grass instead of tarmac. Well, even tarmac's alright. Tarmac's a luxury for 2 of the trees, but you get fed up with standing on stones. Your caravan gets full of stones. They're the least how they come down now. People think autumn starts in the autumn. Not as far as trees go. Trees are ahead of everybody else. They're the first ones to go out the pollen. They're the first ones to seed, and they're the first ones to drop the leaves. And the trees are starting to change colour already. We saw the wee horses now, like. That's why horses should be there, running wild in a wee field. But in saying that, they're all going to have to work. We're all going to have to go to a couple of horse riding places down there. Most of you that field lies empty, like. Probably could use them at the time. There's no stable for them, but they have to be down in the other place. There's a good morning now. It's a nice wee chill to the wind. The sun's pretty low down yet. Yeah, see, they're fed up with people. People always tell them what to do. Giddy up, giddy up. Whoa, whoa. Pissed off listening to people. I just want to get on with them breakfast. That's a good place for blackberries too. Well, I like this walk then, so she would. When the blackberries come out. That's the original gate lodge. Well, it's not original gate lodge. That's the original place where gate lodge would have been. So this is one of the original roads into the castle. Well, this one might go for you. Are you a friendly one? You can never tell with these type of ones because you have a wide habit of biting, so you have a wide habit of biting. See, if I was you, I wouldn't want to be petted in the nose. I'd want to pet your neck, but see, if I pet your neck, you'll go and bite my arm. I don't know what to see. See, that's where you like to get petted there, isn't it? You hear people going for your eyes all the time. Oh, the whole family's coming now, like that's what happens, you see. That's what happens. None of you come near me, and now all of a sudden now everybody's going to. Oh, look at that jealousy. Hey, come on now, none of that jealousy, carry on now. Well, none of that carry on. Is he picking on you, is he? Well, I'm going to give you a pet now. Why he doesn't kick you? You're terrified to get petted in case you get kicked with him. Aye, come on, that's a. Are you a boy or a girl? Aye, a girl. Come on, that's a wee girl. Run over a wee tiny bit. I can't climb. I don't have. You know what? Polar she's always liked polar months. I don't have any. What? See if I pass a wee shop. If I go into Tesco's, I'm going to get a pack of polar months. I'm going to have the whole field down here. I haven't got nothing. Wait. I'll get some later, so I will. If I'm out in the car later on today, I'm going to get some wee mints and all for you, and I'll bring them over. And you all had to take, I'll tell you what, the best stampede then, so there was one he goes up there with empty breath, the other ones are smelt, and you should be fighting over them. Sorry I'd have one or two getting polar ones, but a whole field load. I'm going to buy one of them big multi-packs, 5 packs of polar ones. They're pretty cheap in Tesco's. I guess I'm there. B&M's, a B&M store. Don't know if there's B&M's or not. Maybe you can get them for a pound, the pound shop, but I don't know if there's any pound shops in Newcastle. I'll find out. But you go over your breakfast anyway. Eat the wee fern. I'll see you all later. On our way back down here now, you see it. There's the wee horses and all that. It's a long lane. It would have been the lane into their property at one time. And there's times the trees were cut down there, they're starting to grow again. You get on further down here, they put the trees, a wee bit of landscaping done, but very few people walk around it. It's just clearings in the trees, but they keep the grass short. There's another wee shortcut that goes down here, a wee local path that goes through the trees and brings you out down where the stables are for them horses, down near the bottom of the road, near the village. So if you want to go down to the village, it's a wee shortcut. It's not right wee walk like, but it's a wee walk probably used by locals who are walking the dogs here in the morning. They're coming in the other way. But there is an old gateway originally in the wall. So it must have been used by the locals when they worked the big house. I don't know. But no, we didn't want people walking into their properties, but there is a gap in the wall. Proper made gap. First place we come to down here now is your woman's gardens. Can't remember what you call it. And if you're into trees, you're the biggest selection of trees. I was staying in Northern Ireland here. It's a big walled garden, but it's all full of trees. Now, I don't know one tree from another. I just know the fluffy one. You get in stately homes, but they're all types. But the best time to see the garden here is the autumn. Although they do have a spring garden and all the rest, but the actual tree, the actual walled garden itself, you come in the autumn time. It's a nice time to see it. All the leaves changing colour. So when I get my winter holidays, I'll definitely come up here again to see these trees. So the lake down here is a massive lake. I walked around it years ago. No chance of walking. We're lucky to walk to it, but we'll get along and walk around it. It's all flat. I'll cycle around it later. And there's quite a big lake, and you get groups playing in the lake. There's a place there you pay money and all for it, I don't know. Of these outdoor groups, change facilities and all that there. Haven't got a clue what they charge. But you don't go in as an individual, you go in as a group. And you get canoes and stuff. And some of the stuff they do, like, it looks fun, like. They might get out 5 or 6 canoes, line them up, waves and run over them and dive in, all that kind of stuff. So I'll definitely do a wee bit of cycling here today. What I do sometimes, it's not strictly legal, it's not strictly legal, but what I do sometimes, I go for my wee cycle around here, and there's another one of these wee paths that people make just near the shower block of the campsite down there, and I would chain my bike to the tree, and I scoot and I get a shower. I might go to hell for it, I don't know, but you take the number of people in them campsites, they wouldn't miss one more wee shower, like. So, we're all stunners at the end of the day, we all stun. Some do bigger stuns than others. I would much there would be shower here and there. Bicycle comes very handy for that. When I get to Kilbrony, showers are legal there. Any member of the public can use them there. But there only is 2. It's not on the campsite, it's on the reception block. So you can walk up around there, around the wee ferns and all. The wee path mowed out. And if you've got a younger dog, it's handy, because you know younger dogs annoy people. annoy all the dogs, and you like to get these spots by yourself, and they can go up there, eat the grass and stuff, and they're not disturbed with other people. But I'm not too fussed in walking these forest tracks here. But the only thing with this one here, we know this is an original entrance to the castle. Well, I don't understand. This castle is a nice looking castle from the outside. And the one in Armagh, the council offices, is a good looking building from the outside. Yeah, the National Trust didn't get them. Why did they not grab them? You know, National Trust are like if they have got some ones with pebble dicing outside, look shite. But because of some famous plaster to the ceiling, that's why they took on the property. Maybe they didn't have famous plasters doing the ceilings. But they always seem to be bigger buildings, so maybe the National Trust don't take on bigger buildings. I think the one in Armagh is about 4 floors high. See, the garden out up this way is, you know. Mum, what to the garden first of all? Ansley, garden walk. Now the thing about the garden, to send you up this way, this is showing you the spring gardens and all these type of things. Unless you're into your Latin names and plants, I wouldn't really bother with that wee part. But then you got your wall garden, and the wall garden's got a couple of gates. But since I think last time COVID started, they wouldn't open the other gates, and the gate and it's away down there, like a way around. But like, you still have to see this bit here. This wee bit here before here, but then you should really go through the gate into the wall garden. So there you are, look. That is the main garden that way. That's just doing a circle. Wee lake. How long is that walk? 0.7 miles. See, we'd never done that whole circle. If you did that circle now, you're not getting into the wall garden. You're just walking this tarmac path. And what about Huff on me? Some of these wee trees are changing colour already, well. Wee forester man still works here at these wee trees. He's proud. I was chatting to him one day. He's proud of his wee trees. You know, because they get diseases and stuff. They need to be able to spot them. So you can walk all through them wee bushes and all there. Are you going to eat some grass now, honey? A wee tiny bit of a pond over there. Oh, well, that will eat the grass. But if you come here and stop in the car park, there's a right wee bit from the car park. A wee stream in there. And see, there's a gate there, and the wall garden is closed. It's very annoying, like. The main big gate's the far side. That's where I'd normally go, and I'll do a wee bit of garden here. This wee bit on up here's a wee pond's worth seeing too. And then you go in one of the wee side gates. Oh, we can't go in that gate today, Pet. We'll go up here first and we'll walk around the long way. I know they're forcing us to go around the long way, Pet. What up this way? But you might get a wee drink of water up here anyway. We always would walk this way before we go into that main garden. But if we could get done, dogs and leads in the main garden. If we're in there in the morning, well, it's alright. But I think of all the forest parks, I call it one Cookstown, Drummanor garden sort of kept, but I think this is the best kept garden. There's a wild lot of individual plants that are looked after. Drummanor has a lot of shrubs that's growing wild. But this is more like a wee garden, like. The water's well down there. All types of, amazing how many different types of wee plants and flowers there is here. When you start photographing them, there's a wide pile. So they actually have somebody looking after the garden as such. Not just a boy going around with a lawnmower. What way are you going now? I photographed here one year. I think I actually did like a wee video. A number of different flowers, unbelievable, like such a small space. Like you need to be here in the year for the flowers. Let her eat her grass. Just up behind that wall there is the greenhouses. You can see it from back there. I'm too late now to film. There's greenhouses behind there, and there's a wee window up there. So that was some kind of entrance in there. They bricked it up now. That would have been an entrance. Wee gardener's cottage and all around here. Oh well, proper wee cottage. I suppose all the cottages were proper in the day. This one still got glass in it. See, the only thing I would say about years ago, I work on a job now, minimum wage. As soon as our work runs out, I'm sent home. I could go to work for 3 hours and sent home. You don't get no money when you're sent home. You go another day, like I never got away to 7 o'clock. I was told I had to work to 7 o'clock, so that was it. I had to work to 7 o'clock. The last day before I came on my holidays. They don't care how you get to work. You know, a lot of teenagers now use buses, they don't care. All they want is you when they want you. Not that old steel post there. Back when these houses here, right here, you have people working, people in workhouses and all the rest. If you had to work, you didn't eat. But when you came to live in one of these big houses as a servant or a gardener or whatever, you got fed, you got clothed, and you got housed, and you got heat. I'll say for most of them, they even got a doctor if they weren't well. So they hear about the long hours and all the rest, upstairs, downstairs and all that. Even today, you take anybody who works in a shopping centre, you walk in the front door of a shopping centre and it's all glitzy and shiny. Any work in a shopping centre, very few of them going front doors. They're going back passages and all the rest. So things haven't changed. It was actually better. If you had a job in one of these places, it looked after you better. And there's the old-fashioned greenhouses as it was. It's not often that gate's open now. They're repairing things in there. We'll just take a wee peek in here. We'll just see what's going on. You have to stay there, Will. Must be a greenhouse over there. They're fixing up. Red bricks. Right, well, we still gotta get this big garden out on the other side. Where'll be the shortcut? If we go up around this way, we might see the castle too. Come on up this way. One thing I love about County Down, and that's the granite. Look at that big boulder there, like. It's like a big dinosaur's egg. Piles of these lying in the river on County Down. You don't get them anywhere else, like. That wasn't made like that, that's just plucked out of the river. Come on up here, pet, to see. A wee bit of one always makes the trees nicer. This gets closed too, well. I know if we go down the ways we can walk around, but it's a quite a long walk. I was going to get bored. So I'm going up this way here. We'll probably get to the castle before we get to the garden, but all we're going to do is try, well. All we're going to do is try. Right, but she was all under a wee tree. She must have gotten these wee packets of seeds sailed in from across the world from different islands and stuff, and she liked her trees. Now I don't know if that wall garden was built for trees or it was built for food. Now maybe in the later years they could buy the food and they didn't have to grow it. So then she decided to have a wee garden, I don't know. Isn't that nice now, look? That chain looks a bit slack. Do you think if we squeeze in? Oh, can I squeeze in there? You wouldn't get in there, will? Well, I have to go a long way, pet. You see, you start going, see even like them wee trees there, they will do wee things in the day, like. I see a bit of a wall there. Or is that a ditch? Them trees growing out, are they growing out of a ditch or a wall? That's a wall. It just ends there. So you think that might have been a wee bit of a building or something, but there's nothing to see in the big wall, nothing to do with layer or nothing like that. And it's just a wee bit of landscaping. Maybe that was just wilderness beyond that wall. They're treating it as wilderness today because all everything's dumped. So maybe that wee wall is just a wee partition. Garden, wilderness. Well, we're in the wilderness now, well, and they try to hide wilderness then with a couple of trees. Ah, we found it, well. We found it. Well, that's why, honey. See, Willow's not too keen on tarmac. No. Look, what about wee brown one? Wee brown one, something called a wee pet. Different years right now. Hello, pup. What, Willow? Same size. Same size. More lively, but. How you doing?
Hey, grab some boys, just to know you. Come on, come here, come here.
Oh, Willow. Oh, Willow. How'd it go? Must have been new, that wee dog. Gets the willy. That man's probably up there in the morning. I'll come up here, there's never nobody up here, he says. Never nobody up here. I'll go up there if we walk around this morning, they could run into me. Get down here. Wee pads everywhere. It's a pretty big forest this here whenever you go out to the sides. I say the majority of it's taken up with a lake in the middle. Well, it's funny about the size of this place. I've never seen dragonflies or nothing like that. Your woman, back in her days, probably dragonflies were always coming into the kitchen. They're very common things. So she didn't bother making a garden for them. There's not many people have gardens for flies anywhere, any type of flies. There's some wee ferns going bright. See, that's all the wall garden in there. You see the size of it, like. The wall garden's in 2 parts, I think. It's like 2 wall gardens beside each other. A lot of it's more formal. You got proper wee flower beds, piles and piles of flowers, like. I see there's another wee gate. The wee gate's all over, but they're all closed. I would say the still wheat flowers even this time of year, because that's the way they'd plant flowers. They'd plant them so you get flowers all most of the year round. So when my flower bed dies and our flower bed will be going into bloom. So there's another wee cottage down there. Might have been a wee gardener's cottage, and that was totally neglected. Yeah, because you would have had your head gardener, and then you would have had your wee junior gardeners, like. That's what I mean, but if you knew how to garden, like, you always hear of these girls scrubbing the laundry and all that. But I would say that they're laughing and joking as well, like. Carrying on. People can. From when I started at work, you get the same type of people no matter where you work. You get the people never do nothing. You get the people who are extra hard working, and you get people who, you know, it's like a football match, I think they're slacking off. But the exact same back then. Every generation's the same. But if they get some of these wee properties fixed up, you could rent them out as B&Bs. Them Uber, whatever you call them. See, that one there could be too far gone, but you don't have to. If it's gone, it's gone. Just put a house there. Repair it as best you can. Doesn't have to be original. Make it up. It's a nice wee space somewhere I'd love to spend a holiday. Instead of a caravan park down there. You're stuck in a caravan down at the back of the beach, you don't see the sea anyway. We're not getting no closer to this garden wall. Do a left. Nah, but I know the other road's boring, we'll come back the other road. You're still a long way off there, let's go the other way. Oh, that's Swallow, look. Oh, that's Swallow. There's a wee path here. Wee shortcut, pet. Wee shortcut. Road's just out there. Not new telegraph pole. Aye, no expense spared. Brand new one. Look at that contraption now. That's something like you get in the Republic. $5. I don't know now. I'm going to check if that's free Wi-Fi. We never know. Have we got Wi-Fi here? Well, I'm going to see. Maybe these gardeners need to. Nah, it's not Wi-Fi. Fibre us. It's fibre anyway. Why they leave fibre cable here? Maybe it's not even for here. It could be the right, but it's a dodgy place to put a cable. Whenever a tree branch falls down and breaks it off. But that's going to go to something there. I haven't seen that anywhere else before. That's like something you get in the Republic there. All these boxes just hanging in midair and cables hanging loose. It's green algae, so it's been there wet. You see, I wouldn't have seen that now if I hadn't come in here. You know why that there wee pads there? Them boys brought a lawyer in there. Oh, you need them boys carrying a pole. But well, we'll have to. It's too dense now, it's too dense. There's the wall garden over there. There's a wee shortcut over here to the left. Them boys had to come down here and lift the wee logs away and all to get the wee lorry down here to put a pole. It's got a wee purple tag and all on it. There's the castle there now. That's the entrance. Well, we might as well take a wee look at the castle when we're here. Now, this castle is a Christian organisation. You can tell by the number of signs they have outside about staying out, trespassers prosecuted, all. Just the usual Christian way they do things. If you go up the bicycle lane up behind it, you can actually see behind the castle. But believe it or not, there's not much behind it. They built it right into the hull. So when you open the back door of the castle, you've no backyard. Doing a bit of work. They're very messy workers, aren't they, like? That's a tube ripped down. Wouldn't that make a wee jester's cap, wouldn't it? Oh, what are there's one of the electric things there. You think that lightning or something hit the bugger, eh? One of the insulators. Let me see. Where'd that bit of metal come from? Should that metal be that way or was it blue that way? I don't see no metal up that shape. There's a couple of them lying there. It just makes you wonder, did lightning or something had it, blast it and split the metal? The brown isolator is from them wee boys there. It's not the big boys, the brown isolator is from, it's where the power comes out to go to the house, that isolator. But I don't see no metal bars like that. Where did they come from? Them big boys there now. They've got aluminium poles there. They're aluminium poles. So one of them, whenever she blew, she split it right open. That there was a straight bar. That was a straight bar there. Try to point out, the screen's small. There's a straight aluminium bar there. It's just a tube. So she must have blew. And the explosion blew that thing open. And the only way it was kept shut there, that's where she's on the clamp. Hey, Wallow. See, you don't see that every day. But if you take this castle, there's no pebble dash on it. The stonework's pretty good. The amount of money the National Trust have spent in houses over the years, putting on stone cladding because brackets have rusted and all that, well, I can't mind the name, but it's a wee farmhouse and they've re-pebble dashed it. I've never actually been in this part of the castle before. The Warnenstein's all the other side. So we're not going much further than this. You see they must have had something up there, a greenhouse or something. There's the back of the castle here. Residents only. You see, when you go around the other side, there's no space. The front garden then, you see the view, the more mountains and the lake. So that's what they're after there. Come on this way now, well. But like, that's a Christian organisation. Who doesn't need money? Why are they not doing tours of the place? Oh, there's probably 50 rooms in that. All you have to do is open 5. 5 of the main big state rooms. Do a wee tour. I get a wee bit of money so they could. I think it's mostly Wayans and all go to it. Trying to brainwash them, you see. Get them in young, give them a free holiday. Tell them Jesus loves them and they're going to hell. Conflicting messages all the time, well. We Wayne's just going for a free holiday, thinking they're going on a canoe, and not realising they're trying to brainwash them. The thing is, when the wee ones grew up, we've all got the internet now and we can learn and make up our own minds. We're getting into the garden yet. Oh well, I didn't bring a lead. That's see, depending on what cut I put on. There's a couple of leads in the car. No leads in here. Oh well, they're in the morning. As long as you don't stuff it the gateway pit, get in as quick as you can. Like. Well, it's just not the first time now. Like. There's a wee garden cottage still in, there's one living in it. So I presume they work in the garden. I presume they're the ones that lock the gate up. No one needs to get past their house. So that's the wee house there now, that's where they park their own car, their own wee garden. That's mean, like you check out many cottages there was around here. So long as that castle, them boys didn't buy their own coal. They would have got the coal or the peat or whatever from the main supply. I mean, back in them days, what kind of houses folk were living in? 2 up, 2 down, all that there. Come on this way, Pet. You got a job here and you got a house given to you. Come on, we're going into the garden. So they've got half a gate open here. You think with COVID now, you'd have 2 gates open. Without spacing. If you're disabled, you can drive up here. It's 6 PM. There's your woman there now, Lady Marble Ansley, 1881 to 1959. Artist and wood engraver lived on this estate. They usually give wee maps out there, but probably because of COVID again now they're not giving them out. They give a wee map that tells you about the place. Shows you a wee sketch of the whole garden. And the garden is quite big. I say, if you're into flowers, come in the spring. If you're into the autumn, brilliant. But there is money spent in this garden, like. It's not like all the forest parks. They do have gardeners in here who know what they're doing. That's just forestry workers. But they know what they're doing. There's some trees there. Everybody had them. They were the fashion. But look at the splendid sample you have there. You know, there's very few places of ones as good as that, like. And the designer probably told me you take a wee pack of 10 of them and you place them this way here, and whenever it grows, it look like this. There you are now. Got that big tree next to the wall, like. You think it would bust the wall, wouldn't you? There's the big greenhouses in front. They're lying empty. You know, you can have a couple of wee chairs and let people just sit in there. See, retired people. You come down here and you want this day, knowing you can sit in there, and you might buy a wee year's membership, just so you can take a wee walk down here with your dog and sit in the greenhouse. There's fountains and all down there. So that fountain would have been powered by a lake. The lake's up behind the castle. If you do the mountain bike track, you see the lake. But like, it'd be nice if that was restored, because it doesn't use any energy once it's going. On this way, well, this is more the wee formal type of garden in here. See, it would have had the big gates and all that. How the blacksmiths were kept busy in them days making gates. So if you're into your plants, you see plants here you haven't seen anywhere before, like. Look at that wee thing there, like. What would you call that? Wee bees, like, I don't know, like a bumblebees on it, or a normal wee bee. Bees like that. So they're them, it's full of bees. Bees everywhere. There's more bees here than there's in Buncrana. I tell you, the bees love this place here. Wee wasp, look at that wee tiny one. A wasp in my finger, he's at my finger. You're too close. But these wasps, they're not angry. They're not after the jam. They're happy, they've got plenty here. Whenever that wee plant is, Buncrana needs to get a few of them. Maybe they won't grow in Buncrana Wall with the sea. But that plant there, oh, they love it. They love it. Some pack there, pet. And saying that wee one there's got a bee on it. It's not as busy now. But see, that one could be all exhausted. On this way, well. See, we're just in the garden already. Look, there's more gates. They like their gates. I wouldn't go into every single path, like. You see, Willow can get very cranky, can't you, Willow? She just sees gravel. What are we doing going around here? And then we leaves down the jeans colour now. They would have been all flowers, but the flowers are gone now. That's about like the ones in Drum Manor. That's a shrub. There's more shrubbies this side, plants in the other pit. But we'll go back over again up here. And that wee one there's long gone now. But you want Ainsley, I don't know, there's her garden, but I don't know where she came out with a spade. Or where she just said the head gardener to go for a walk. Oh, one there. Different plants need different spaces. Maybe she was into the garden, you know. A wee tunnel here now, look. Wee tunnel. See, all wee bits and pieces everywhere. You could go right here, like a wee maze. But you can't not go through a tunnel. Can't be arsed with the gravel path right enough. See all these wee bits here, you come in here and you can sit down, have a wee natter. Talk about who's having an affair with who. Find out all the scandal in here. What that? Oh, that was a beautiful butterfly. See, I don't think this place here is known enough. There's a lot of places, I guess, here where people just don't know much about them. Even if you're not into flowers, it's nice to look at. It wouldn't do no harm if they just cleaned the glass so we can see in. There's just a wee white table in there, but it's properly built in, like. You wouldn't fancy something there, would you? A nice guy, I'd rather something in the greenhouse. But maybe they just kept a wee cup of tea in there, Willow. A wee shower of rain, come on, they can scoot in there. They didn't want all the white powder in their hair running down their face. Now they put piles of powder in. Got a couple of raindrops on it, that'll be a mess. We'll come back that other wee garden by. We'll go up this here. We'll just wander all around the place. Well, that's where you get fed up. You hate wandering around the place. Just wandering on and on and on. See that there, boys? Look. That's put on with steel there. So when the bottom of the post rots, the thing doesn't fall over. See, that's thinking ahead there. I don't think you want Ainsley would have done that. That's stuff maybe the Forestry Service would have done. Because a woman wouldn't know that type of stuff, where the Forestry Service, they would. There's lots of plants down that way too. We'll go this way. So this is mainly the flowers here. There's telling you what the trees are and all that. If you want to know what the trees are, but it's all Latin. It's got its Latin name and it's called Yellowwood, USA. See the Americans and try to invade us. That one's an American. I would say a lot of Americans came here, they wouldn't know that was one of their trees. Not very well educated Americans, you know. I think they are, but that's just because they've got bigger bombs. I don't even think there's global warming going on. Well, that's that wee plant again. The bees are doing well here. That one's blowing and down here's pretty sheltered. They are happy bees there. Well, it's full of bees. It's the first time to see wasps out this year. A lot of wasps there as well. And that friendly wasps. Look at all the size I have. I see a new one this year, you reckon a wee baby one. And that boy there, he's bigger there. And they're beautiful. Look at the black and the yellow against the red. Like, the place is full of bees and they're not even attacking us. There's a time people got a roll of newspaper and you had to kill every bee that came near you. A wasp at all, like out with the beano and the dandy. TV Times roared up. You had to swipe them. As we get, we see from the outside. We couldn't get out. Now what harm is Wellan doing in here after this? There's a tree or shrub flowering. That's about late in the year for from Japan. That's from Japan there. Japanese, they're better educated pet. Japanese would know their own trees. We're back down to the main garden again now. There's more woody part here. So maybe this wee bit here is a wee bit colder and one day I've no good for the wee plants. Red birch, New Zealand. This does sound like the Olympics, isn't it? Here comes the red birch, New Zealand. So I'll never get to New Zealand. That's as close as I'll get there. But in saying that, it's like two different trees there, isn't there? One outside looks different type of bark from the one on the inside. A big one. Them gates was open there. See, how are you supposed to know which ones are going to open more? Well, we must have a lot of plants, you know. We must have a lot of wee flowers. One day, no, we did that. But there's a lot more flowers. We must have a pile of flowers. Must be on down here. Yesterday I was in Park and there, we looking at the wee flower pots carved out of stone. But I suppose they were also carved out of stone. But it just looks more elaborate, where the ones in Park and there were a wee bit more rustic. We'll go down the grass wall. Willow doesn't like going down steps. That's the wee path we were on. No, it's not. That's the fountain. Mom, I didn't see this bit, Pet. This is the fountain all down here. I guess what country that tree's from there. That looks like one of our own there. That peely bark. Poland. That's from Poland. See, it's from everywhere, Pet. I didn't know we had Polish trees. But why do the Polish have different trees from us anyway? So it's not that far away. Willow-leaved potico. I can't even read the English, I don't know the Latin, like. Pod o caro. I thought a P, you know. P. Carp. It's a willow-leaved something. Willow. That's what you're named after. You're named after a wee willow. Are you the same colour? I tell you what, you're a pretty close colour. I'm on over here to see the colour of you. Look at that. Pretty same colour as you are. Look, camouflage. Look. That was a good match. That's a good match, so it is. You didn't know you're named after a tree, did you? No, you didn't know. So if he walks around outside the hedges too, suppose them boys have to cut them. Wee seats everywhere. You look at the leg of that. Yeah, I've never seen that wee plant in my life there, like. You look at all these Doctor Who things. Like, if you want to make a sci-fi movie, all you have to do, see that wee fountain would have been going up one time. You can imagine the noise of water in here. Like, that's how the garden was meant to be heard. With water in it. Not airplanes going over the top. But see, somewhere like this, you buy yourself a wee. See, if you're retired, anybody over 60, don't have to be retired. If you're over 60 years old, you get a wee pass, £25 a year for all the forest parks that they still own. And somewhere like this, you need to come several times a year. You don't come once a year. You don't come in the summertime. You need to be here in the spring. You need to be here in the autumn. Whenever all these things are changing. But that had been not tall enough, but looks more like a sunflower thing, doesn't it? Going by the centre. Can't be sunflower. Yeah, probably them things there. Them yellow flowers there. So that's the mean. You come and you see them yellow flowers. You need to see what they're like once they go into seed. Come different times a year. There's one year I was here. I used to come here pretty often. And piles of flowers, unbelievable amount of flowers was in here at that time. So the rest of the garden, we're still missed a bit out. I know there's another bit, and they've got the greenhouses as well. The greenhouses must be up here. There's a greenhouse. We'll do the greenhouses now, well. And then down this part here is mostly the big trees. But now we're down all from around the world, and we're just past the Olympics. Well done. Origin. I need to learn to read. See, there's one there, look. Origin Europe. Oh, that's easy, isn't it? Corkscrew hazel. Origin Europe. I don't know. That's the origin. Australia. Australians have left us. Australian must be growing down under. It's not growing up the ways. They'll have to send away to Australia for a new one of them, will they? I'm happy quite knowing what country they are. It doesn't matter what they're called. Let's see where they're from. Himalayas. See, you go up the Himalayas mountains, like. Why climb up all that way when you can see one here? Chile. Oh, it's got them all. It's like the Olympics. England? Are they trying to say that that only grows in England, not Scotland or Ireland? How can you have one in Europe and one in England? Oh, look at this boy, infrastructure going in here. Infrastructure. They're putting in a disabled lift. God, I thought we left the EC. They're putting in a disabled lift. Not a ramp. They must be going to put a lift in. No, can't. They're putting a lift in, but you wouldn't want to put a wheelchair in that. Would that be for their workers taking a wheelie bin out? Ah, somebody must have went out their back, taking out a bin full of leaves. The thing is, there's gateways outside here that's all locked. If you open the gateways, you don't need ramps. They deliberately built that to have steps. That's what they built it for, like. That's ugly there, well, that's ugly. Now, in saying that, they might go and put a wee bit of concrete over the top. Come on up here now, Pat. Look at that there, wee gateway in there, like, wee gateways everywhere. That's the other wee garden we were in. That bounce. Sweating in there, that greenhouse. See them with these greenhouses, like they've all got these air vents in the bottom. See they put like lintels along the bottom, and then you open the window, they've got air vents up at the top. So even when everything's sealed up, you must have a certain amount of airflow. Like I don't know much about greenhouses, but you have them gaps underneath. And if you look at the very top, you've got grills right along the top. So even if nobody turned up, if it got hot in there, the hot air would escape and the cold air would go in. But wouldn't it be lovely being there now, wouldn't it? Sitting in there with a wee chair and all like. You've been there in the autumn. I know in the caravan. You go in the caravan, the cold day, cold wind, and you're in the caravan, the sun shines on, it's lovely and warm. That'd be the same. All the time it's freezing cold like. But it's just lying there wasted. Just put a couple of wee chairs in there. But that's probably not safety glass. And somebody have fall like. That's that would have been a wee tropical one. They used to put heaters underneath them as well. You see there's a drain there. There's actually a drain. Just there. So if the path was soaked with water, it would run down the drain, so they'd probably just go in, just squirt the whole thing down with a hose. There's a tap on there, I don't see. Another drain in there, a Victorian drain. Oh, this wee thing here. Oh, that was for there. Is that a wee type of ancient drain, is it? Right on the easy, but I don't know, what was that wee thing? Come on, honey. Oh, a lot of steps here. Pet, mind you go in the grass, Willow. Come on over this way. Oh, you go down the steps now. Oh, that's typical. Ah, then you get sore legs. Who gets the blame? Who gets the blame? Now look at that tree there. That'd be a Japanese thing, would it? They're not telling us down here. They're giving up. There's too many name tags. They ran out. I just look at wee bumblebees like that too. Look at the bumblebees on them. Bumblebees are doing well this year, I'll tell you. See this lockdown? Bumblebees have a bumper year. You don't see no skinny bumblebees, well, they're all these fat things. Oh, they're doing well. The sun's now starting in front, it's making the place look a bit duller. you want to cut a wee bit of this short, do you, Will? A couple of wee urns down here. We might just do the top half. Anybody watching this video is interested, they can come and see it for themselves. £5 parking. But if you're over 60, £25 a year. Unlimited use. And I get you to Tullymore. It's £5 normally in Tullymore. If we get you in here, which is £5. If we get you to Drummanor, which is £4. There's another one outside Coleraine. I don't know why they charge for it. That's only a small wood. I can't mind the name of it. So it's, the Coleraine's full of forest, like. You know, distance from the beach. Why would you want to pay to go to a wood? But there's one outside Coleraine. I'll say it's about 5-10 minutes outside Coleraine. And they charge £4 for that. I think that's all they own. Everything else is given away. Garden Glen's given away to Oma. That's free now. And Gosford is given to the local council. £5 they charge. Unless you're local, you get them cheaper. So if you've got a rates bill or something from somebody in Gosford around it there, take it in me and get a discount. Oh, a red squirrel. Red squirrel is a red. I haven't seen a red squirrel now in about 8 years. A red squirrel ran in front of me. Not a grey, a red one. But they were always hard to see. A red squirrel could be in front of you and we still skip the tree that quick. They're grey boys, they're easy. They're Americans, they're lazy like. They don't run too quick. There he is up there, lock. Red squirrel. Oh, he's got a wee nut on his mouth. Oh, if I had a camera now, he's got a wee nut on his mouth. The chance of seeing a red squirrel, you don't want to have a nut on its mouth. What's the chance of that? Don't tell me he's going to eat this wee nut now, is he? The nut looks pretty green right now. Oh, he's going up there now, look. I've never seen a squirrel with something in its mouth. We'll let him eat. We'll let him eat. But it's green. That's why the red squirrels died out. The American boys, they eat the green things. Now, it might even be a nut. It could be a seed. I don't know what else to eat. I know here's not shit. But they have to wait for the nuts and all to ripen. But the wee American boys, they have to, you know when you get them green bananas? Nobody likes to eat a green banana. You can't really get the skin off it. And you're going to leave it in the cupboard that ripens. You see them American boys, well, they'd be in to eat the green bananas. And then when you go back to your cupboard to eat, thinking the bananas ripen, there's none there. The American boys have had them. And then the wee red ones, they died. That was sheer starvation. And then the Americans, they brought in the coronavirus. They brought in a killing disease that kills the wee red ones. They've been attacked from both sides. So the Americans, they're like, these ones don't want to get the vaccines. Oh, I'm alright. And then they spread it to the wee red ones. And the wee red ones are dying out then. Either starvation or else the virus. Don't know what the virus is called, but it's deadlier than the coronavirus. It's wiped out more squirrels than the coronavirus is. Big lump of metal in there, it's broke off and rusted, busted it's actually lifted up the pillars. I wonder what the bit of metal there was for. I don't see it on that side. Imagine the weights on them gates there, like, them brackets go away in. But that pillar's been lifted up a brief bit. And it's the metal bar that's doing it. The metal's rusting and pushing it up. That's the problem the National Trust had. A lot of their houses would have been stone and stuff. And then somebody comes along, I like this flat stone. And they get this stone here then, and they lay it on top of the old stone. But they put it on with metal brackets. And then the metal brackets would rust and bust the stone. And then the National Trust then have to strip off all the stone and replace it with new types of. So they get big bills in certain houses like that. So they didn't know the metal would rust so bad. Well, come on now this way, Pet. No, you can't go out that way, Will. You can't go out that way. Big fountains up here. Might start heading out now. Will's getting bored. We'll go down to the lake now, Will. We've seen enough of gardens. We've got this wee fountain in the middle. See, lots of different plants here. If you knew what they were and all. Anybody in the gardening, plenty of space in here. I say, when the coronavirus is over, they'll have the wee maps back in there. It shows you a list of the paths and where the things are. We'll go over here in the grass, Wellan. These are in your wee paws. They never like you walking next to a path. Either walk the path or get off it completely. Don't walk next to it. Kills all the grass. There's an odd looking one there. It's got a name. Guess the country. It has to be an American. Has to be American. Japanese. God, them Japanese are some big trees too. See, I think the Americans have it all. The Japanese have a few big trees as well. Them volcanic islands. See, that would have been a nice fountain there if it was going, but it's not going. I say the wee lake up above would have powered that fountain. Wee water lilies. All the wee air coming up through the water. The air bubbles. I wonder if water lilies would have grew there had that fountain was going. The wee flies are sitting on top of that, them wee water flies, the wee legs spread away out. But there's a lot of air coming up. A lot of air bubbles. Oh, there's a wee fish. There's a wee fishy thing there near the top. It's very small. Oh, gee, why did wee things go so quick? He would travel the length of his body about 100 times a second. He's just left my thumbnail, he's gone now. See, anything like that, there's no chance of getting it. All you can do is set a wee camera in there and let it run for an hour and hope one swims up to the camera. And even then, ones are probably put stuff the wee fish eat. I don't know what they eat, well, but you put stuff in front of the lens hoping one comes up. But we're not going to be able to film anything that goes that quick. Just these wee water boys here. And wee boys are walking along the top. But there must be a reason why they walk along the top. What are they getting on the top of the water? You see the water's bent where the wee feet are. The water's actually bent down, but they don't go through it. And actually, the wee legs are moving. It's like they're sort of, you don't actually see the leg lifting up. If they lift up one leg up, but the other three go under. I bet some scientist has done that experiment already. He probably got one and cut a leg off and put it on to see what happens. Them scientists do everything. Move now, do we see? I'll put you. See how his legs move. That's enough excitement there. Well, come on now. I'll tell you what, the woman, she mustn't have had a wee dog pet because there's no dog facilities here. We're going to go out now, away. Can you look more bored? Can you look any more bored? We'll go up this way now and we'll go out. We're going to leave. We're going out now. You going? Right. You know where to go? Come on, let's go this way. Come on, let's go. This is the way out here, pet. This is the way out. I'm sure it's up this way. Right, there's that one machine. Is that the Japanese one, is it? I'm learning my things now. Chilly. That's a Chilean one there. I see, I haven't learned very much with it. That's like whatever stuff you get in Gorton Glen there. Algeria. Eastern Algeria. So it must be Eastern Algeria. Take a shortcut, Will. Mum. Will is bored in the path. We'll go up under this big part here. I might tell us where this one's from, Pet, because they're everywhere. I just presume they're American, but I'll tell you, all these other foreign countries, these sailing ships sailed the whole... British Empire covered most of the world, and these sailing ships are bringing back these seeds. So we see this one everywhere, all the stately homes. Anyway, now we'll find out now where it's from. Ah, it wasn't far wrong. Wellan giant redwood, planted 1857, USA. California, that's IE. $1857. What's this growing on the side of it? Somebody said, see tissues. Somebody could have shit here, you don't know. Is that actually growing on the tree? That is growing on the tree. I haven't seen that. Or somebody stuck that in. There's somebody stuck that in there. That couldn't be growing on the tree. That's just sitting in there. Some Wayne messing about. They shouldn't be. The Wayne not knowing you have to pick flowers, like. It's against the law, like. Let alone going to a garden. See, people are not teaching these Waynes nothing. They run around with hooligans, and then they see a dog then, a crying wolf, like. You dogs, you better lead. Well, your Wayne should be picking them plants. You know what I mean, like. So they put a couple of wee signs in this one. There's a big boy. Now we'll go back out now, Will. So if you're into your wee flowers and all, that wall garden there. If you're into trees, this wall garden. But there's a hell of a lot more flowers up there, only they're not flowering at the minute. You need to come different times of the year, isn't that right, Will? We have seen them, Pet. We have seen piles of them. We're going to leave this wee garden now. And we'll go down to the lake. And you know what's down at the lake, Willow? You know what's down at the lake? Picnic tables. Yes, there's picnic tables. So we're all leaving up there, alright? Alright. Look at the legs is hardly moving. Look at the legs. We see how they speed up once she sees the picnic tables. See, it makes you wonder, the wee cottages here, if you were the owner of the house, the owner of the castle, this might not have been the main gate you came in. You wouldn't want to be passing the, because they would have Waynes running around. Well, they wouldn't be running around. The 4-year-olds maybe running around. Once they get to 5, they get a job in the house. But a lot of these gardens we see, the cottages are down in the back corners out of the way. So the exit entrance they might have used might have been around the other side. Oh, my battery ran done there. I bought these on eBay. That's £20, that's a GoPro 7 I'm using. So it's a pretty old camera now. And the battery's supposed to last an hour. The battery's £20 on GoPro. But GoPro won't send me no batteries to Northern Ireland because they're lithium. And the GoPro, you get them half price if you join the monthly thing. £5 a month. So we'll get them for £10. 3 of these batteries on eBay along with a charger, £18. That last film I done there, that last video was 97 minutes. No, 67, what was it? 57 minutes long. So it's just under the hour, which you take the time I switched the camera on, the battery lasts an hour. So there's 3 batteries, that's a brand name. comes with a charger, £18. They're only claiming 1220 milliamps. The other cheap batteries I got, with one here now, is claiming higher, 14, but it's probably false. So at least they're doing what they say they are. So good value for money there. That's where I can make the wee long, because the thing about stopping and starting the camera, you miss things. If a bit of white light jumps out in front of you, you're too late to turn it on. But if you can, there's the name of the garden, there's it. It's hard to read now. Well, take a shortcut, pal. The only problem with this castle now, we're back at the castle and then down to the lake. There's a big wall around the bottom of the castle and it's starting to just delaminate. It's not a major job. That's the main campsite down there. But because they're a Christian organisation, they have no interest in a garden wall. And now the last time I was here, they had fencing up to stop the rest of the wall falling down. That's everything else. It's one of them wee jobs. If you just sort out the start, one stitch in time saves 9. Because at the end of the day, the whole lot's going to come off. And when it comes off, then the original wall, the main wall, is going to get damaged with the weather, and then the front of the castle ground's going to start falling. It's going to be a hell of a big bill. So you see, it's vast grounds here, like, but it's not. That's the main entrance in there. When you come in from the village, that's the main entrance. Another wee tip for people who are tight: these stately homes have more than one entrance. The entrance we come in from our campsite comes down there. That's the main entrance from the village. But see, when you go out the exit, as a general rule, any house you go to visit anywhere, the exit's always the shortest route. If you were to park your car in the village and you walked in the exit, you see where that church is in the distance? The exit from the church, from the exit gate in the village to the maze, there's no distance at all. You're actually closer to the peace maze from the village than you are from that campsite going up the two of the trees. So that goes, if you're just walking, if you're walking from the village, you walk on that main route, it's a long way. Go in the exit gates. Because when they built these big castles, they wanted to impress the guests. So when you brought a guest in, and you want to show off the amount of land you had, you deliberately made the road as long as you could. So they come in, took ages going down the horse and carriage. God, there's plenty of money there. But whenever you had to scoot out to get something, you need a new set of shoes for your horses, like blacksmith, you take the shortest route. Same idea in your own house, you go out the back door, like, don't you, like the clothesline. You take the shortcut. So that main route's a long way in. There's the castle there now beside us, just behind them trees. I say they're looking over there at the moorings. Well, they're stuffing away here now, like. See how she livens up now? I have to wait for it. When I'm looking at the garden, she's bored stuff. Now look, she's stuffing weeds. She is snuffing weeds. Why? Because she not snuffed the willows and all them American things in there. Oh no, right here snuffs weeds. See, the problem in there is less dogs, so they haven't peed as much. They're all out here peeing. I want to get a wee shot of this castle here. So you've got 4 floors. Like a lot of these houses, the big one does the second floor up. That's the main living place where they would have been. That's all your big state rooms. A couple of wee windows on down below that. That's probably kitchens. The windows above that there, that's your bedrooms. And then the wee tiny ones on the top, that's probably servants. But you have all these big rooms, big castles, but when you're actually in them, they haven't got many more. Like, how many rooms do you actually need? You can only dine in a dining room. You can't have 5 dining rooms. So what you have a bigger dining room. You have a breakfast room, a lunch room. They had to make 2 of them, like, each side of the building. I don't think they would do that because you can't get much at the back of the building. And then you maybe had your wee boot room and all these different guest wings and With the wee tower up the top, the wee windows down a bit. Probably some school way and put that down there 6 months ago and nobody knows about it. Or maybe that's open because that's where all the heat rises. Get the heat out. You never see nobody stand up on the roof and that. But as far as looking after, it's a pretty easy building to look after. You got the bare stone. You no stupid out plaster, no worry. You see, and saying that, this wall here is clad with stone. That castle probably is clad. So them stones in the castle isn't real stone. It's built like this wall here probably. You got the rough, you see that's the problem with this wall now. The stone in the front's falling away. So that's probably how they have built the castle. So there could be a wee maintenance problem there in years to come. You see here how bricks and all disappeared. It's not big bricks, the main wall's behind. Like what would it take to put that boulder back in there? It's lying down there. We trial and get it. Look at the blackberries in there, will it? They are ripe as anything. That's a wee sun trap. Blackberries up there are ripe. I might get some here for you, pet. Yeah, look, there you go now, look. What would it not take to pick them couple of stones up and put them back in again? A wee bit of frost gets in and pushes them out. Loose there, look, you can actually see a bit of roots. So a plant was growing there, and the roots have pushed it out. It wouldn't be hard to fix it, but instead of fixing it, they just put up a fence and let it fall. And look at the rubble behind. When the frost gets into that, it's going to do that far more damage. It can't run off it the way it can the main wall. So there's bits out there, all this needs repointing. Why they don't do it, don't know. Look at that there now, look. That's the wee thing that can hardly move in the garden. You know what I mean? Look, picnic table. Look at that. Look at that there, you see. 10.5 years old. Oh, we shot of the castle. I don't mind going to the picnic tables, nobody there. Everybody needs a hobby. Wellan fell in this wee lake one time. She took a step too many, and that's when I knew she definitely couldn't swim. Lots of dogs don't want to go swimming, but if it's forced in, they can do it. Nah, she wasn't doing very much. She was panicking. There's only one step out of a depth. Probably everything else is probably after bread that day. There's a couple of old stone things down that path. I'll go around later in the bicycle and we'll follow it. The original house, that's the castle there. The original house was in among them trees. They have it listed. They have it marked out, and there's a couple of pet graves. I think the pet graves might be up here, you know. I haven't seen them in a long time. I know there's a couple of pet graves up here. They're near the old house. But where exactly it is now, I'm not 100% sure. But this is trodden down here, we can't be far off it. But that's just probably forestry machines come in here. There's G34. Anybody looking for G34? It's over here. See, there's your fancy trees there as well. It must be down that walk out. I need to go back and get my little four-legged family member. See if she gets the drink down here at this lake. There's an old summer house thing built down there as well. It's very old, the wee place where I went and had a wee cup of tea. I've been freezing cold by the time the servants got it down there. Wellan never walks out this way. Well, she does, we'll see if we find this old house. There's not much to see. It's just the area that it stood in. Can't mind if it's signposted or not, but there's the old stone down here. Well, I just want to see this wee stone down here, Pet. I'm going to check out this, see if the old house is up there. I'll do it later when I'm going down the bicycle. The old house has to be up there. There's the old stone. So if you're going around the path, you see the old stone. That's all marked out for mountain bikes. I'm going to do the mountain bike track later on. And saying that, I'm not quite as fit as I was the last time because I had COVID. But there's a tennis ball there. Some other wee dog might get it. It's lying out there. Well, you want a drink of water? Well, a wee drink of water? I was here one year, there was a lot of winds on it, the place was bustling. It was nice seeing the lake so lively like. Oh. Nobody on it today. Willow, you got in the water? Willow, water! Ah, just ignore me. It's crystal clear, but I don't see no life on it. Wee flag going along the top of it. Who needs a drink? She's enjoying herself now, snuffing. You want to get a wee drink of water? Want to get a wee drink? I haven't seen you drink at all today. Oh, you want to get a wee drink of water? Hello. Drink of water. There now. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. You can see there with us, like ourselves, there's a handy spot at the end of the lake. And it's probably been a handy spot for the last 30 years or more. And because it's a handy spot, everybody keeps coming down, and every time they come down, they're eroding this banking. And you see that one time where they've tried to build a wall, they put cement on it, and boulders. But the one must be blown in this way, as it's broke away. And now nobody's blowing about it. See wee holes, I guess, here. They don't make themselves. Let me just here, if you're a wee wee and all, like, just get through all these wee tunnels. Well, I don't know if I'm going to get through there, will I? I'll go around this way. I'm getting stuck. Willow's got the right way. I should have followed Willow. Look at this. Oh. Been a handy climbing out, going underneath that one branch to begin with. See, everybody likes a wee bit of fun. Now, can you imagine now if I didn't have Willow? If I was an old man in a black jacket walking through here on my own, people think I'm a pervert or something. But when you got a wee dog and all, you can explore these wee places. And that's how you end up finding wee things you're not supposed to find, like pumping stations and all that. And wells and all sorts of wee things. Rather than just walk gravel paths all the time. There's the castle again, and there's the lake. Just imagine these boys are building their houses. They owned all this land. They could put the house anywhere. The lake was there. They must have went round and wee horseback Look at the different views, what way is the sun coming up, what way is the sun setting, you know. So you finally get the, you know, but you think the house would be better at the end of the lakes, but maybe that was a wee bit drafty, like. Maybe the sun wasn't shining the right way. And the problem up there was too close to the hull, but they settled for up there. That's where they put it. Any lower down the hull and they wouldn't have as good a view and the sun wouldn't have had it as much. You paid a fortune for heating in them days. A wee bit of free sunshine. And the high candles. You want the light shining on your windows as long as they could. Then great big windows there, that's the light shining into them big rooms. It's not for a bigger view out, let's get the light into the back of the rooms aren't big. Put your wee mirrors and all in front of the fire, help reflect the light as well. I've got a wee stone in my boot, but I can't be arsed taking that out. It's not really annoying me much yet, but leave it a wee while to see what happens. What's this thing over here? That might be part of a wee crane to get down that manhole for the water board. I haven't seen that before. Transport supplies limited. NI. So that lifts off and something underneath. But you got a manhole there. I don't know. Two padlocks, and that padlock is doing nothing. The bracket's broke. There's no bracket there. That padlock's doing nothing there. There's a comb there. I wonder if I was to lift that up, put a fiver underneath. Would it be there and I'd come back in a month's time? Or was somebody else that pushed that up? The last time I was here, they're remarking this place as a car park for the old disabled people only, to be honest. There's one year I wasn't in two of the trees, and I bought the yearly pass, £50 to do the forest parks. And I stayed down in Wellan for 3 nights, and every day I would come up and do a different park. So one day I came up and done this one. Once you get your pass, it's free, and I parked the caravan over there. That's a wee place for minibuses and stuff. And in case there's any hassle with the forestry, you know how they can be hassle at times. They have a gate here now stopping you getting down here. But always come in 5 minutes before they open, because people are lazy. How many people arrive at work 15 minutes before they start? So there'll be a night forestry hut. Now, I was already prepaid, I didn't have to stop. But just in case it says, well, that's boats only. And a van down there. Well, I parked the caravan down there, and you much better view than you do in the caravan park. So two of the trees would have been £180 that year. How you doing? I just paid the £50. And I say you get better views everywhere, because Wallets can't always walk down here. Oh, it looks shitting now, like. See those picker places, like. That's the second one. We don't want a third. We do not want a third. Two's okay. Once you get the second one, it's starting to go a wee bit runny. Starts off firm. It's just about getting the touch is what I say. You do that's pretty firm there now, like. But it's more soft. If I squeeze that, it's soft. So we do not want a third. A third one could be a spoon job. No third now for at least 6 hours, well. Where's the buttons now? There's the one down there. Authorised seed parking only, so I wouldn't get down there now. For what I've noticed this year now, going around my travels, everything's worse off. You can no longer park down a caravan. Where was it yesterday? No vending machine, another place. Whoa! So that there must be the outdoors place. Well, I'm on this way. So the outdoors place has got that now. Things are getting worse. Plus all the white camping now, like. Abandoned motorhomes everywhere. Hello! You're not allowed to swim in there, look, no swimming lake. I've set the alarm to remind me to take the antibiotics. And we went off 15 minutes, but breakfast just a wee bit late this morning. I wouldn't for that woman to get away from the sign. Why do people stand on signs for? Here's some of the walks. Lakeside walk, 2.4 mile, 1 hour, 10 minutes. That just goes right round the whole lake. All flat, all wide. Maybe a wee tiny bit of a hill near one of the corners, but it's not a strenuous hill. But bicycles also cycle that. Cypress Pond walk, 1 hour 35 minutes. The Moorish Tower, that's what I'm saying, but Moorish Tower is down there somewhere. Down at that end there, the Moorish Tower. There it is down there. Moorish Tower is down there. 1 hour 40 minutes, 3.2 miles. I walked all that with my other dogs. I've actually done it too. Well, I've done it with Shadow on the younger days. And Ainsley Garden walk, 35 minutes, 1 mile. Now, 2 of the trees is up this lane, so we came down that way there. So it's handy for us. We're down here now, but we see this here now. So they're all pretty long walks, but there's the village. Castlewellan town, there's the entrance. Big long avenue. You pass the caravan site, there's a wire fence here. Go up there, and then you come to this T-junction. Yeah, go up there to the gardens, up there to the castle, or you come down here, and your wee huts there, that's your boy takes the money there, like, it's free for pedestrians, private for cars. And then you're parked in here. This is the parking here, this is all the buildings and all, wee cafe, outdoor centre. Entrance to the caravan park's out here, and you're parked here. You can be parked here, like, this is all car park. But look at this, there's a shop there. The shop in the village is at that roundabout. Right there is a shop. VG or Spar or something. That way there's, you go towards Newry direction, that way for Newcastle. But look at the exit. You're right at the Peace Maze. You park your car down there, like, park your car anywhere in the village and get in for free. If you're going to, the Wayne's players up here, if you just want to play with the Waynes and go to the duck pond, you know, because once you're here, you're doing walks, it's over an hour. The walks, all the walks is over an hour. Hour 35, hour 40, hour 10, you know, hour 35. Any walk they're telling you to go on is over an hour. And yet look at the walk to the village. You see the distance? So if that whole distance there is an hour and 35 minutes. If you're coming in there, like, no distance. So that goes for anywhere. If you're going to go to a place, not everybody's got money. Well, if people are coming for a day, if you're coming with a pile of wins and you're doing everything, well worth a fiver, well worth it. But if you're coming in for half an hour with your dog, and you come in the exits, less folk around, like, I don't often do it. Well, you'd ever going sideways and stuff if I had it, but I don't think, you know, people, like, we don't pay for downhill, don't we not? We don't go in there very often. If we do go to downhill, we're only there half an hour. We're not going to pay a fiver for downhill. Just going there half an hour, downhill wood's free. On up this way now. Because you can see, there's not many dogs in that walled garden. Well, wasn't snuffing very much. And once we get the walled garden, she was snuffing. So why should people pay who's walking a dog to maintain a walled garden that they can't get into? Why should people pay who's walking a dog pay to maintain a maze that they're not getting into? There's a play park up there. Dog people don't get into it. There's a activity centre there. Dog people don't get into it. So why would somebody with a dog want to pay a fiver? You get my point, like. I'm not getting very good value. And yet I can go to Ballykellywood and all. Do the same things with my dog on Ballykellywood is here, and it's free. But people with Waynes don't go there because there's nothing for them. It's just a mountain bike track. You need a fair paying system. It's only here in Tullymore where you get a wee man on a gate charging you money. Well, come on this way. Ah, that doesn't help there. That doesn't help. She goes in there, it doesn't help. Come on this way now, pet. Come on. Willow, you're going. Come on this way. Come on. Says we oldie buildings there. Tell you all about them in the plaques and all. Plenty of reading. 1751. So I won't read any more. Here's an idea. Wee cafe in there. Closed because of COVID. But they serve out of the hatch. Hold on, Willow. Up there, just down the mountain bike tracks. If you're coming here with a mountain bike, you're getting your money's worth. They've built a track for you. They've got toilets here for you. Dogs aren't allowed in the toilets. They've got a sign up saying dogs not allowed in the toilets. I used to take Willow and Shadow into the disabled toilet. Tie your dogs. They don't give nobody to tie your dogs up. And when they do, what I have it to do sometimes, you go some places and they have wee hooks in the wall to tie your dogs up. And they're only 1 or 2 feet apart. You can back out and your dog could be pregnant. There could be an old randy dog beside it. They need to space them like 6 foot apart. Your wee dog could be raped while you're in the toilet. You know, they don't put men and women's toilets together, they keep them separate, stop by a nookie. And yet they tie dogs up, they put them together. And nookie happens as well with dogs. Don't they, Willow? Different boys try it on with you. I have to chase them off. There's the Moorish Tower. There's not much standing now. All the wood's gone. It's just the stone. Wee fireplace, a wee set of steps. And when the set of steps is there, there's not much room for a floor above. But 1884, the wee tower was built. That's the toilets in there now. Women's, disabled and men's. Campsite is just over there now. Where the first walled garden thing is, you see the motorhomes are parked in there, you see the roofs. That's tarmac. It's just tarmac. They use that in the winter time. So I'm not sure if it's open all year round, but winter time that'll be open there. The rest is I thought we walked around, the restaurant was empty. It's pretty tight parking, you know. But that's boys you can't be bothered leveling out and stuff. If I handy just park in a car park. And as I said, a lot of motorhomes just want a car park. They can't cope with hills. That there heads up there, that's the Peace Maze. It is a proper maze. Big round circle. There's a bell in the middle. You go in and you ring the bell. Don't know if it's open or closed now. I'll try it out later in the bicycle. But it is a proper Peace Maze. If you go over the play park over there, if you go over the play park, there's a wee bit of a hill and you look down on it. You don't see the whole lot, you see a bit of it. It is quite big. So it's a proper maze, you can't take shortcuts to it. There's wire fences and all through it. So when you go on it, you have to do it. Hey there, as you go in the middle, ring your bell. And once you're in the middle, then there's a wee bridge takes you out. I think there's a couple of exits in it in case you get stuck. But so that's a wee dove thing there for doves. But they used to eat the eggs. Probably at the doves too. They weren't worried about wee birds. The wee dove thing was built to get food. The exit's out that way. So if you went down there out of the village, you're not far off the village. I think that might be a school in there, like. So the ones in the school, the ones in the village go to the schools right beside here. The back of a school. Hold on, well, there's two shower blocks here. There's the oldie one. It belongs to that wee courtyard. But it's quite spacious inside. But that, if they close one off of that one in front there. So if there's not many caravans here, that one gets closed off. Take a peek in. So this is what you have here for caravan in here. All I let the hookups. So you get the idea, you just park next to the wall. Well, you just park next to the wall. I'm going this way, Pet, it's better. Molly, this way, Will. Oh, come on, the car coming. It's too much for her to snuff now. That's what you could do with a lead. The main campsite's there in front. All dogs and leads. You see they have parking separate, because if I mind rightly, some of them spaces around the circle are pretty tight. You haven't much room for your cars, so you must have to put your cars separate. I think they're about £22 a night, so for the money it's good value, like. Hi there. So there's the old toilet block there, but as I say, the shower's not been done up on it, so it's not as ancient as you think. I can't mind what the water pressure was like, if it was better or worse. I don't think it's as good, the water pressure. And there's the new toilet block over there. But say the winter time they'll close that off. Come on, Wallow. I see a couple of bicycles sitting there. That one's in the bike and that one's in the campsite. But so if I park my bike there, who's to know who I am? They don't look at the number of people there. Forest, they don't employ enough people, they wouldn't know. But what happens, they get to know the caravanners in two of the trees. So I try to stay out of the way so they don't get to know me. And then when you come down there, they don't identify you. And then you scoot into the shower. Because if you go walk there with a towel under your arm and you walk up that path to know what you're doing, they'll stop you. On this way, honey. Hello, on this way. So what I normally do here, we see this here now, look. Come on, honey. This is a wee wide camper's tip, like a wee wide camper's tip. See this wee path in here? Look at this wee path in here. I would chain my bicycle to that tree there. I would cycle down, chain my bicycle to that tree and take a wee shower. But I'll do the mountain bike track first. And then when I'm all sweating and all like, you come back, tie your wee bike there and have a wee shower. Feel all great again. Feel all great, well. Right, a lot of tents there today. So if you're out next year, you have to be on a lead. And here you don't. It's the same idea. You got your wee taps, wee pillars with taps on it, your buns over the buns there. It's quite a few tents. That's quite a good place for it. Tents is pretty flat, which is probably why it's popular with tents. But the caravans up there can be pretty tight. Wallow's getting tired. We have a long walk back up here now. What I'll do now, we'll go up here now and we'll get her fed. We're probably a mile off the campsite. So our campsite's a great bit away from theirs. It's a great bit away, well, but you know you can't go over there. You cannot go over there because your nose goes everywhere. It does. Your nose. Monday, I'll give you a hug. Have I not hugged you this morning, have I not? Have I not been giving you no hugs? Right? I've been just dragging you all over the place and you haven't got your hugs. We'll go over here to the grass, but we lie down in the grass for 10 minutes before we haul up that big straight. Come on over here now, Pet. You reckon the garden puffed you out? I reckon it was the picnic tables. You were running to the picnic tables. That's a puffed you out there. It wasn't in the garden. Everybody thinks camping's cheap. I don't reckon so. When I go away in my caravan, it's a lot cheaper. You buy a caravan, or buy a tent, £100, whatever it is. And then you buy your air bed. And then you buy your sleeping bag. And then you buy your torches. And then rechargeable batteries. And then you buy bags you put the stuff in. And then you buy wee pots and pans. You buy a wee kettle. You buy. You're always buying. Everything gets soaking wet. You're going home, everything's soaking wet. You roll up, you throw it into the car, it's damp. You go home then, you have to wait 2 weeks before it's dry before you can air the tent again and get it dried. Like there, I used a tent going Land's End on a Grus on a motorbike. That's the only way I could do it. If you got a motorbike, you're not doing it any other way. Caravan costs a lot to tow, so if you're going any great distance, I always fancy, if I never had a dog again, I'd love to go to England and go to a place like York. And maybe then a tent would be handy, but I think I'd be tempted to sleep in the car rather than put up a tent. Do wild camping in my car. Because the hassle of going to campsites, booking in and all that. I can see me sleeping in the car. Like I read that bed where it lies in, that is a bed already. I need blinds and all, but sort of pointing that direction. A wee diesel heater. Put a diesel heater in the car and you wouldn't be cold. But it's not going to be as good as a caravan, but if I didn't have a wee dog, it'd be no good with a pup. If I lost you, well, what do I do? What do I do if I lose you? Do I sit around and mope and all, or do I go ahead and holiday? I would say, well, I'll sit around and mope, you know. I can't see going. I can't see me caravan once I don't have a dog. I'll retire the caravan then. There's going to be excitement later on. They're getting ready to go into the water. So when I go around later on the bicycle, there might be some excitement to be seen. I can definitely see years to come when everybody's got electric mountain bikes. This place is going to be packed. Gosford, this was the first place to have mountain bike tracks, but Gosford, they've really done it well. And the place is packed with bicycles. Mountain bikes coming in. But I'm going to do that bicycle track later on. I'm just going to do it on my roundy road bike. And you can do it. Bear in mind, I don't want to kill myself, like I won't be racing. See, there's something nice. See where you got a motorhome there among the tents. And a lot of people, if you went into that courtyard with all the motorhomes, it's a different type of people compared to the people in the tents. And you'll find in summer, if you're camping, it's much more, what's the word you'd use? There's more ambience, whatever you call it. It's nicer being in among the tents than it is among motorhomes. A lot of ones in motorhomes are going to be all more snotty people. Not all, but they're not. They've chosen to be there. They've chosen not to have the electric hookup. And they'll get chatting to more people in the tents than they will if the motorhomes are. The ones in the motorhomes, they'll be all in watching the Sky TV. Satellite dishes, the ones in the courtyard. They're not bad speaking. Maybe pass them going to the toilets or the showers or something like that. Say hi or something. But them boys there, they could be sitting around and eat campfires tonight. There's the main caravan site now. There's the main road up the other place now. I would say, we'll just check the time now. This is Willow Speed now, Willow Speed. I'll check the time now, well, see how long it takes us to get up. But there's a hassle. 23 minutes past 10. So I'll probably not be down here again, well, this one walk I'll do here. And we'll go down to Newcastle and all that. That wee bird there's eating shite, well. You didn't know they ate cow shite. See the way they do these fences here, which I think is a brilliant idea. You've got your wooden posts, they're concreted in, but all the distance between the one post and another, and all they do then is put on these wee things here to steady the wire. They're not concreted in. But it's a brilliant job, like. Look how you clip on. Seems so simple, and yet why do more places not have it? That is actually keeping cows in, like. That's not decoration. That is keeping cows in. Great big post, they hold these tensioners. Wee small, the actual amount of materials made to make that fence is limited. And like, that wire's tight, like. Now say if you had it in your garden, see how they join the wire together? They make a wee loop, put a wee space in between. Somebody must have cut the wire, must have broke, and that's why they joined it that way. Somebody with a pair of wire cutters fit. One of them young boys going camping for the first time, probably got a wee multi-tool. Want to try it out. Two wee bees, all the size of them wee ones. They are very small bees. They are very, very small. All the size of them. Smaller than my thumbnail. Come on now, Pep. How you doing? Well, we're going to go back up now to the car. Go back up now to the car. That's what's finished now. Unless you want to go somewhere else. Vast amount of land there, but that's all used for grazing and all now. The castle doesn't have much of a view of it. That's why you sort of think the castle should be pointed a different way. Now if they were, they might not got the sunshine. That's a good day today. Pedals are our best day for walking. Not too warm. Haven't got soaked. There's a perfect choice of a top. Perfect. If only I had the poo bags in it earlier, instead of having to walk back. I'm down here in the place, I'll fly down this wee road. BT box. You seen that fibre cable earlier on? Still don't know why they put a fibre cable on poles through trees. I think they've got it under the ground or going around the trees. The wall garden been to the left hand side further up here. You see, as I said earlier now, the bits down here, it's just, you know, the tree is still spaced out. They're meant to be walked around. This is still costing the forestry money. They could plant a whole pile of pine trees here, but they have left it blank. So people who've got dogs and not so well behaved, and you want to go for a walk, this is ideal down this way. Less people. She doesn't normally walk down around here, but when she wants to go down, we're going to go down. But it's funny how they put the pine trees so close to the wall, the garden. You think they'd left the trees further away from the stone wall and planted on this side. You think the roots might damage the wall, but they mustn't do. Them trees, they're going to be cut down for harvesting now, for the away ones. That's the gateway over there. You hardly see it. The gateway for the walled gardens over there. That's the gate I would have went in normally, but most of the time it's locked. So it's probably because of COVID. But you think it was COVID, you'd have more gates open. I don't understand why they closed the gates because of COVID. And leave half of one open. Seat there. Last time I was here, there was a group of young ones here, sitting here drinking, and they had the bin rubbish through all over the place, like young ones do. They're from the caravans up on holiday, having a wee binge drink out here away from the parents. Doubt that trees grew bigger since they put this bench here because it's blocking the view a bit. I would say if the sun came out now, this would be a wee sunny spot here. But see the wee walk in there, like. That one here, well, it's going the same direction. Or is it going the same direction? This might be the wee walk that takes us away on down. Now we done a wee walk one time, it took us down to the village pit. You don't want to do that now. You don't want extra walks. Wee Willow's legs, she's done a limit this morning. See, I think it'd be nice. You know what, Willow? We're just going to sit here 5 minutes. We've got a wee view here. We've got a view here now, look. Well, I'm going to sit down here now, Mum. Oh, ground's a bit wet, but I don't mind. Mum, we lie down here now. A wee 5 10 minutes. We'll wait 10 minutes. Give you a wee break. Scratchy, 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 scratch. Scratchy, 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 scratch. Come on, you need a wee 5 minutes. Oh, and you got a wee stick? Did you find a wee stick? Where's your wee stick? Are you going to get it? I'll get the wee stick. Oh, a wee stick. Ah, look, is that handy? Oh, that's too small. And the other one, the big one. There's 2 of them there. Oh, the tail now. Well, it's got a stick. You like to do a wee bit of chewing, don't you, Pip? Anything that involves your mouth going, that's your hobbies. Eating, licking, chewing. You're not going to lie down, but if you lie down 10 minutes, we'll lie down there. A wee 10-minute lie down and get there. Oh, my trousers are getting wet. A wee 10-minute lie down and then we'll get up this hole quicker then. I'm messing about. I'm messing about. I reckon we should just go on up pit and you can get a wee bit of a sleep then. Have my head on up pit, my head. Oh, there you go. Want my head on up the caravan. Right, see, look, yes, I mean, all you need a wee break, look. Gets fed up looking at tarmac. Don't you, Pet? A wee break. I'm going to head up now towards the caravan again. could have one of them wee train rides here, the wee one that tours you around. I say ones that go on it. If you had a choice of going on a wee train ride around all these places, just them ones that get you rush used to have. A couple of wee carriages behind, rubber tyres. Around the lake, I would say ones would go on it. I brought the wee clip today. They put this camera on the bicycle handlebars. Don't know how it's going to turn out because I've never used it before. Where the camera's going to shake more or what. It's got a stabiliser on it. The mountain bike can sway a lot more. Not this way now, pet. Go to the same place. Shortcut. Make it as short as possible, she says. Do you want to walk on the grass? Do you want to walk on the grass, honey? Softer in the paws. No, you just want to suffer. Oh, another wee puppy coming. There's another puppy coming, Willow. It's not lead. You have to behave yourself now. Right? Go up this way, my pet. That's a girl. Hey, Dan. Hey, pup. They often say that dogs look like the owners. And a lot of times that is true, you know. But like the only thing with me, I've never actually chosen a pup. So I've never bought a dog. I never went out and picked one. Walla was donated. Shadow was a stray. And Lucy came from a dog home. But I never actually paid nothing for Lucy. Lucy was there 7 months. And nobody asked about her. And because of all the work I've done in the dog home, they gave me Lucy. So I've never actually went out and said, I like the look of that one. The only reason I got Lucy was because nobody asked about her. The only reason I got Shadow, he was a stray, and nobody could look after him. One of the neighbours took Shadow in and said he couldn't, he's too old to look after him, he's going to give him the dog pound. And the sister took Shadow in because she felt guilty, and she was left crying and stuff. There's horses, well, come on over, I had to get the horses. Come on over here, get the wee horses on the camera. I need to get a couple of wee horses. Makes good video, so it does. Oh, it does. They're probably heading up. No, they're probably heading down that lane there. So you're not to spook them now, Wall, because they get spooked with you. You don't bark anyway, like. How's doing? Well, some Wayne's going quad bikes around housing estates. How's doing? I don't. But you see, when you see horses like that, that's what these lanes and these houses were built. That's what you see cars on them now, but that would have been the sound you would have heard, the smells you would have had. And they're not smell. They're quite nice wee horses. Go to show you, like down our way, you get young Waynes going around the housing estates. Well, not the wee white salmon. They're all well behaved, but in London there. You get the young scallywags racing quad bikes around housing estates. And up here, that's a wee bit more money, Wall. That's a wee bit more money. Up here you take a wee horse. Like them lanes aren't too old, like the two in the back aren't too old. Brilliant place to have a horse in Old Forest. I say wee horses would probably enjoy that wee walk too, you know. Instead of grass fields all the time, they'd like getting up around them wee trails. a proper wee walk for them. They're not being galloped or not being thrown carriages. Nice wee, them wings aren't too heavy. That's us now. We need to start again now. We need to start. But you think mountain bike tracks are in forest parks, and people with mountain bikes will travel their forest to take their mountain bike, and yet people with horses have them anywhere. Surely, if you want a horse, you should move near a forest park. Do you think that? A lot of wee horses don't get into forest parks. And with all the free access, all the forest parks in Northern Ireland allow horses. They don't allow bicycles in some of them, or they don't allow quad bikes. No motorbikes allowed in any forest. Boys try to get them in. Well, we're nearly back up at the campsite now. We're nearly up in the campsite. You know, it didn't take that long, really. I would say half a mile. That's the wee house there, the gate lodge. Now, it's been a very good morning walkie there, Pip. No rain. The sun hasn't been blistering. Nice grey clouds. That's all we need there. Say the next time we're back here, Pip, them blackberries will be out. I don't know what. We're back in the autumn. I'll definitely come back to see that wee garden in the autumn. It's 120 miles from my house, this here place. 120 miles. Over £20 of fuel to get up here, well. But what I find hard coming up here, I don't like passing places. I don't like just sitting on a motorway, just driving along, knowing there's places I could be stopping at. And then you'd run out of time. It's quite hard to get up here in one day when you're used to stopping off. All the horses gone now. A lot of horse left in that field. You think that's three of them we seen walking there? Must be hiding in a wee corner somewhere. No point in me buying polo months later on if they're going to bugger off. Apparently this place always gets packed. Probably the weekends. Probably because the majority of people in Belfast, there's a bigger population in Belfast. So anybody in Belfast and two of the trees, this will be their closest site. And the other one they had above Wellan, it's no longer been used. But even when it was used, it was more desolate. That's probably why the same people come out here, because there's not much other choice for them around Belfast. Now the other one, Castlewellan, it's not much further away. So I suppose like myself, you finish your work and you're heading off. It's handy just coming here. I'm going to Castlewellan next. I'm in 2 minds about leaving tonight and go to Castlewellan, or go tomorrow and go to Castlewellan. But I think I'll leave tomorrow. She's done a good walk today. Well, these blackberries are almost ripe here. You try one, yes, you shouldn't eat it. No point in wasting them. Not quite ripe. But they're getting there. Oh, look at that one, Wallow. Look at that one. Oh, Wallow! Look! That is a perfect one. Perfect. Oh, Wallow! First one of the year. Hey! Was that a nice one? Now see, in theory I took that blackberry off. That means that plant now will push more energy to them other ones. Going by the apple theory. I don't know if it's true or not, Pip, but that was a perfect one. That was your first blackberry. Oh, she dropped it. She dropped it! Oh, wow! Oh, she's gone off blackberries now, like. Oh, I don't know. Have you got COVID? Has your taste senses changed, has it? You're not eating the blackberry? She loved the blackberries. Oh well, less hassle. She doesn't want to eat them. Saves me having to pick them. That's a popular wee spot there. I don't know why once when I stop there, but that's always crammed with caravans the weekend. The grass is dead, like. You can always stick an old caravan here. If I came here and was full, I would come out, I would go in there. I like being near trees. At night time I hang a light on the caravan, I light the trees up. So I like to be near a wee tree where I can shine a light, and a wee end spot like this is handy. Because if I light that tree up, I'm not blinding anybody else. Come on now, honey. That was a good walk today, Pet. That was a very good walk today. Hey, it's not even too warm in here. It's not even too warm, it's just nice, isn't it? I'm gonna actually fill our wee water container up. Get the radio on now. Oh, and get that harness off you. So this is our wee view now from the caravan. From the caravan side. I don't often look like that way, and I'd look like this way.
More and more. Like I remember, like even 15 years ago when I was teaching in the yoga room in Falls Bridge.
But depending on what you want to do, you can sit at this side here. You might like to be nosy. You can sit at this side here and spy on your neighbours. No, I'd rather pull that blind down. A wee bit of privacy and look like the other windows. The sun in the afternoon will be shining the front window.
Rugby players and rugby players of days gone by, you know, in the old days forwards would go backwards and forwards.
That's it now. That's the end of this wee video. Might have to make this into 2 or 3 videos, well, it's very long.